Jennifer Machado used to run a soup kitchen from her home to feed hungry children in her neighborhood, but not anymore. When she refused to display a pro-government poster in her house after government losses in September's primary elections, her food supplies dried up. Local media reports of her defiance had apparently reached the highest levels, just weeks before Sunday's far more important legislative elections.
They brought us these posters for us to receive food and give it to the people. Some people had no problem in taking pictures with these posters, but others did not want to, and we couldn't force them. Everything they gave us, we had to take pictures. Now they took all the help away from us and never brought food again, and now we're closed.
Jennifer lives in General Rodriguez, a poor neighborhood about 40 minutes away from the capital. She has 4 children. The government launched a series of measures to revert the setbacks it suffered during the primary elections last September. Those results show that the government lost lots of support in poor neighborhoods like this one, and that's why they started distributing cash, food, among other things. But polls suggest it may not be working in their favor. In addition to the poster, Jennifer says she was also given a refrigerator 3 days after the elections. She says it was an attempt to get her vote. In Sunday's legislative elections, people will vote to renew half the Chamber of Deputies and a third of the Senate. At stake is President Alberto Fernandez's ability to govern effectively for the remaining 2 years of his term, marked so far by economic hardship, worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic. The opposition says the government is desperate to get votes. President Alberto Fernandez says his priority is those in need.
I've heard people tell me that inflation worries them, and I've also heard them tell me their income is not enough. And so we listened and we changed and we increased cash handouts so that those with kids can improve their living and have better conditions.
Argentina is currently negotiating an almost $50 billion loan with the IMF. Inflation is close to 50% a year, and exchange rate controls make it difficult for the economy to grow. Divisions within the government on how much money to spend on the streets have hurt the ruling coalition between President Alberto Fernandez and his powerful Vice President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner. But analysts say the biggest problem is that Argentina has no economic plan.
The economy is disorganized, investments low, so there's no drivers for the economy. They want to exacerbate consumption, but it means more inflation or an impact on the exchange rate difference that generates chaos. The government's adrift. They change their mind constantly. One day they say they'll negotiate with the IMF, then they won't, so who knows?
Argentina has been able to contain social discontent using cash distribution programs to assist those in need. But the elections show people want much more. They need jobs and prosperity and the opportunity to change their lives. Teresa, Aljazeera, Buenos Aires.